Mohamed Salah skied a penalty as Liverpool are beaten 1-0 at the Vitality. Cherries' top scorer Philip Billing gave Bournemouth the lead in the first half. Mo Salah spooned his penalty wide of the post. Reuters. Philip Billing put the ball in for the only goal of the game. Reuters. Adam Smith was penalised for handball despite jumping to defend. Reuters. The penalty would only have spared the club's blushes after Philip Billing's epic 28th-minute opener for Bournemouth. The Reds would have gone into the game thinking they could have not claimed such an emphatic win against United at a better time. And they must have been licking their lips at the idea of a trip to rock-bottom Bournemouth, who they thrashed 9-0 earlier in the season. After all, we enter the business end of the season. Jurgen Klopp's side were fifth, but victory would have seen them leapfrog out of sorts Tottenham into fourth. But write Bournemouth off at your own peril, as they claimed only their sixth win of the season to haul themselves out of the drop zone. And they smelled blood early on, with Virgil van Dijk forcing Jefferson Lerma into a remarkable off-the-line clearance with a bullet header. But Bournemouth hit back strongly, with Dominic Solanke picking out Dango Ouattara, who made a blistering run, although a heavy touch let him down and he could only lash into the side netting. Liverpool had seen enough, and Andy Robertson stung the hands of Neto with a fierce drive before Cody Gakpo volleyed in from close range, but the flag was up straight away. The Cherries survived the onslaught and proved that when given the chance to get comfortable on the ball they can hurt you. The opener all began with Ouattara's blistering run, before cutting back for Billing to tap in as the Reds shirked their defensive duties. There was a quick VAR check for offside, but the goal stood. Van Dijk was then the culprit of a glaring miss with a header smack bang in front of goal from a free kick just before the break. Tempers flared when he then morphed into a WWE wrestler by dragging Solanke to the floor. Solanke had a chance up the other end, and the red mist descended on fuming Jurgen Klopp, who was blasting his players from the touchline. Jurgen Klopp had seen enough of the first half display, and Diogo Jota came on for Harvey Elliott. Jota was straight into the thick of things as he drove through the middle before curling a shot towards the far corner, but Neto dived well to push it away. Then on 65 minutes, Klopp turned to his golden oldies, with the triple substitution of James Milner for Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jordan Henderson for Fabinho and Roberto Firmino for Darwin Núñez. Billing followed up his goal against Arsenal with the winner today. Getty. Referee John Brooks gave the penalty after reviewing the replays. AFP. Salah failed to hit the target, with Neto going the other way. Reuters. Gary O'Neill celebrates the clean sheet and 3 points with goalkeeper Neto. Pa. They added some instant oomph, and it looked as though the Reds would be handed a lifeline. There was a VAR check for a handball as the ball struck Adam Smith's arm in the way of a Jota header. John Brooks checked the monitor and pointed to the spot, leaving Cherries fans seething. Up stepped Salah, Liverpool's record goalscorer on 129, to spare the club's blushes against relegation-scrapping Bournemouth. But jaws hit the deck when the Egyptian striker blazed his spot kick well wide on 69 minutes. Here's how the action unfolded at the Vitality Stadium. That's all for today, goodbye. That victory lifts Bournemouth off the foot of the table and into 16th place for now. They get their first home win since the restart and look ahead to their game at Aston Villa next weekend. Liverpool miss the chance to go fourth as their unbeaten run in the league comes to an end. They travel to Real Madrid in midweek to try and overturn the deficit in their Champions League round of 16 second leg tie. Bournemouth hold on to stun Liverpool, beating them 1-0. The Reds made a bright start to the game, seeing a shot cleared off the line and a goal disallowed for offside before Bournemouth took the lead from a quick counter. Ouattara got them upfield and Billing finished it off by slotting past Alisson. The hosts defended with everything they had in the second half, but Liverpool were given a route back into it when Smith was penalised for a handball in the box. Salah sent the resulting penalty well wide though, and they couldn't find a way back. Full time, Bournemouth 1-0 Liverpool. 90+4 chance. Another long ball comes over the top from Liverpool and Kelly doesn't deal with it. It bounces to Gakpo behind him, who hits it on the volley first time from a tight angle, but it sails just over the bar. 90+3 The game is currently taking place in Bournemouth's half, with the hosts camped deep to block Liverpool's route into the box. Henderson tries to loop it over the top again, but Stevens meets it. 90+1 wide. Into 5 added minutes here, and Bournemouth are breaking on the counter again. Ouattara drives down the left before sliding it through to Semenyo. He gets a yard on Van Dijk but fires his shot across goal and wide. 90 Liverpool are upping the pressure here and Neto is caught in no man's land as he misjudges the flight of Milner's cross. Carvalho can't sort his feet out quick enough though, and Semenyo hooks it away. 88 and Anthony also makes way, with Vina on for him. 88 There's a double change for Bournemouth as well. Solanke goes off, with Semenyo on in his place. 88 The final roll of the dice for Liverpool sees Carvalho replace Bajcetic for the last few minutes. 87 Konate's long ball is cleared and Solanke looks to hold it up, with Anthony making a darting run to his left. He's tripped by Van Dijk and the free kick gives Bournemouth a needed breather from the pressure. 85 Bournemouth are dropping even deeper in their own half as Liverpool continue to search for a late equaliser. Gakpo gets his head up and curls a deep cross towards Robertson at the far post, but Ouattara beats him to it. 83 Good save. Anthony makes a good run down the left before touching it through to Christie. He gets goal side of Van Dijk before trying his luck from a very tight angle, but Alisson gets behind it. 81 Lerma is also taken off, with Cook on in his place. 80 Smith hasn't been moving comfortably since coming back on, and his game is now over. He goes off to be replaced by Fredericks. 79 Salah has now failed to score 2 of his last 5 penalties taken in the Premier League, after failing to do so with only 1 of his first 16 in the competition. 77 Smith has gone down and it looks like he's struggling with a groin injury. He receives treatment while Fredericks gets ready, but it looks like he's going to try and carry on. 75 Bournemouth are attempting another quick counter, but it's stopped by Konate, who wrestles Solanke to the ground. He can have no complaints with that yellow card. 74 Still, Liverpool are knocking it around in front of Bournemouth. They try to get Milner and Robertson in behind, but there's just nowhere for them to go down the wings. 72 More patient play from Liverpool as they play out from the back. Bournemouth are still staying compact and making it difficult for the visitors to get in behind. 70 Bournemouth are making their first change following the penalty miss. It's Billing that's going off, with Christie on in his place. 69 Salah misses. It's a terrible penalty from Salah, who runs up and hits it with a lot of power. Neto dives the wrong way, but it doesn't matter as Salah fires it well wide of the left post and into the stands. It gains a big cheer from the home fans, with Bournemouth still leading 1-0. 68 Penalty to Liverpool. Smith's arm was up as he was jumping, and it hits him from close range. From the replays, the referee judges that it's far enough from his body and because it blocked Hoda's shot, he points to the spot. 67 Block. Milner gets away from Anthony down the right and clips it into the far post. Hoda heads it back towards goal, and it hits Smith's arm as it deflects wide. Liverpool are asking for a penalty and VAR is having a look at this. 66 and Nunez is taken off, with Firmino coming on for him. 65 Fabinho is also making way, with Henderson replacing him. 65 Liverpool are making a triple change here as they look for an equaliser. Alexander-Arnold is the first to go off, with Milner on for him. 64 Bournemouth clear the latest Liverpool corner, but the visitors keep it alive, with Alexander-Arnold looping it back towards Hoda. Stevens tracks him though and gets it away. 62 Liverpool are still seeing more of the ball, but it's all in front of Bournemouth at the moment. They're trying to stretch play out to their wide players, but the hosts aren't giving them any space. 60 Chance. Bournemouth win their first corner of the second half and Billing curls it into the far post. It's just too high for Solanke, but Senesi throws himself onto it at the far post, thumping it wide. 58 Hoda's crossfield pass is cut out by Anthony, whose first thought is to fizz it into Solanke. He drags it out to the left, but can't shake Alexander-Arnold long enough to try and put it into the box. 56 Alexander-Arnold once more gifts the ball back to Bournemouth, and Lerma looks to set Watara away down the right again. He asks too much of him with the pass though, and he can't reach it. 54 Liverpool have yet to win a Premier League away game in which they've conceded first this season, D1L6, losing the last 6 such games in a row. 52 Close. Alexander-Arnold stands over another free kick and floats this one into the middle. Nunez flicks it on and it lands on the roof of the net just as a belated offside flag goes up. 51 Gakpo drops deep to get on the ball again and makes another driving run through the middle. This time Anthony chases him, dragging him back, and he goes into the book too. 49 Good save. Solanke is crowded off the ball and Liverpool quickly break through Hoda. Smith can't go for it at risk of giving away a penalty, so Hoda curls his shot towards the far post, and Neto stretches to tip it wide. 47 Alexander-Arnold swings another good free kick into the box, and Van Dijk wins his header once more. He nods it to Konate at the far post, but he gets caught under it and his volley sails high over the bar. 46 Gakpo spins away from Lerma in the center circle before driving through the middle. Billing slides in to clip him from behind and receives the first booking of the game. 46 Bournemouth get us back underway for the second half. 46 Liverpool are making a change at the start of the second half, with Hoda coming on to replace Elliott. As things stand, this win lifts Bournemouth out of the relegation zone and into 16th place. O'Neill will be pleased with how his side have played so far, soaking up the pressure and showing a threat when they do win it back. Klopp was a frustrated figure on the touchline, and he'll be looking for a way to get his forward players involved more like they did at the start. Billing's goal gives Bournemouth a 1-0 lead over Liverpool at half-time. The Reds made a bright start to the game, keeping the pressure on as Van Dijk saw a header cleared off the line, Robertson was denied by a good Neto save and Gakpo had a goal ruled out for offside. Bournemouth grew into the game, catching Liverpool out with their quick breaks, and Watara picked out Billing, who slotted in to put them ahead from 1-0 half-time, Bournemouth 1-0 Liverpool. 45 Neto came a long way out of his box to head Alisson's pass away, but he gifts it straight to Bajcetic. He hurries the shot he lifts towards the empty goal, and Bournemouth have enough men back to get it to safety. 43 Chance. Bournemouth's initial corner is cleared, but Smith wins it back to loop a deep cross into Senesi. He flicks it past Alexander-Arnold before pulling it back into the middle, but Solanke whips his first-time shot over the bar. 41 Wide. Robertson swings a deep free kick in from the right and Van Dijk gets in front of his marker on the edge of the 6-yard box. He gets the deftest of touches but sends it just wide. 40 Anthony gets the ball caught under his feet, and Konate takes advantage. He nicks it off him before driving forward, carrying it over the halfway line before he's brought down by Lerma. 38 Billing has scored 6 goals in the Premier League this season, twice as many as he'd bagged in his previous 3 campaigns in the competitions combined, 3 in 77 appearances. 36 Yet again, Liverpool's sloppiness allows Bournemouth to break, with Watara leading the charge once more. He shakes off Robertson to whip a cross into the middle, but it bounces off Solanke's shin and kindly back to Alisson. 34 Lerma's clearance is straight at Alexander-Arnold and Liverpool pass it out to their left. Robertson spots Nunez ahead of him, but the pass lets him down as it rolls harmlessly out. 32 Liverpool are enjoying a good spell of possession here as they patiently try to draw Bournemouth out of their shape. The hosts are making it difficult for them to get in the box though. 30 Liverpool look a little nervy at the back following the restart as Robertson knocks it back to Alisson. Solanke chases the keeper down and he's forced to hurry his clearance, sending it straight out of play. 28 Watara has a slight head start on Van Dijk, but then does well to outmuscle the defender to hold him off and get a cross in. 28 Billing scores. It's lifted over the top to Watara, who gets the better of Van Dijk with his pace and does well to leave the defender behind. He pulls it back from the byline and Billing is unmarked in the middle to turn it past a static Alisson with his first touch. A VAR check shows Watara was onside, and it stands 1-0 Bournemouth. 27 Liverpool are still attempting to go long over the top to catch out Bournemouth, with Alisson looking for Nunez this time. He brings it down but then fouls Smith as he attempts to shrug him off. 25 Billing shrugs off Elliott as he drives down the left before cutting inside. Konate has to slide in to stop him from getting to the box, and Bournemouth have a free kick through the middle. It's headed over by Konate. 23 Again, Bournemouth turn it over high upfield and Anthony slides it through the middle to Ouattara. He takes too long to decide what he wants to do on the edge of the box and Van Dijk gets back just before the flag goes up. 21 Gakpo is caught on the ball, and Bournemouth break quickly on the counter again. Billing surges forward to reach Senesi's through ball and sends it into the box first time. Solanke just misses it at the near post, and Alisson holds onto it. 19 Bournemouth have won just one of their 11 Premier League meetings with Liverpool, D1L9, losing the last 7 in a row by an aggregate score of 28-1. 17 Bournemouth's attempt at a counter-attack fizzles out and Salah plays a 1-2 with Elliott to get away down the right. He switches it to Alexander-Arnold on the opposite side, and he scuffs it on the half-volley, sending it well wide. 15 Bournemouth are staying very compact, but it's leaving a lot of space in the wide areas. Elliott sweeps it out to Alexander-Arnold, who tries to fizz it into the 6-yard box. Stevens deflects it into the side netting. 13 Offside. Robertson forced a good low save out of Neto, but Bournemouth couldn't clear their lines. Liverpool work it back out to the left, with Nunez nodding it back into the middle for Gakpo to turn past the keeper, but the flag goes up. It won't count. 12 Liverpool are patiently working it out from the back and it's played down the left this time, with Robertson picking out Nunez. He cuts inside before taking a shot from distance, but it's straight at Neto. 10 Chance. Alexander-Arnold's square pass in his own half is cut out by Solanke, who plays it through for Ouattara. He races through the middle when he's played in before taking it around Alisson and hitting the side netting from a tight angle. 8 There's a nervy moment at the back for Bournemouth as Kelly knocks it back to his keeper under pressure from Salah. Gakpo chases it back to Neto, who can only slice it out of play in his hurry to clear it. 6 Off the line. Alexander-Arnold wins the first corner of the game and then swings the set piece into the far post. Van Dijk peels away to thump a header back across goal, but Lerma is in the right place to clear it. 5 Save. Smith tries to shield the pass from Elliott, but he's bundled over by the midfielder, who then picks out Gakpo. He quickly lays it off to Salah in the middle, but he snatches at the shot, making it a comfortable save for Neto. 4 For the second time in as many minutes, Liverpool try to go long over the top. This time, it's Van Dijk that looks for Gakpo, but there's too much on it and Neto rushes out to collect. 2 Alexander-Arnold's through ball is cut out by Stevens and Bournemouth look to mount a quick counter. Billing knocks it back so Lerma can send it forward down the left, but Anthony slips at the wrong moment. 1 Elliott gets the game underway for Liverpool. The teams are out on the pitch now, with kick-off just moments away. Liverpool have drawn 2-2 at Fulham and lost 1-0 at Nottingham Forest so far this season, only in 2010-11, L3, and 2003-04, D2L1, have they failed to win away against all 3 promoted clubs in a single Premier League campaign. Jurgen Klopp makes just one change from their win over United last time out, as Bajcetic comes in to replace Henderson, who starts on the bench. Salah makes his 200th Premier League start, while Arthur starts on the bench for the first time since October after recovering from thigh surgery. Gary O'Neill makes 3 changes to the side that started against Arsenal last Saturday. Kelly and Lerma both return from injury to start with Anthony also brought in. Mepham and Semenyo drop to the bench, while Jordan Zamora isn't involved today. Brooks makes his return to the matchday squad for the first time since beating cancer as he's named as a substitute. Liverpool subs, Diogo Jota, Arthur, Kostas Tsimikas, James Milner, Fabio Carvalho, Jordan Henderson, Adrian, Joel Matip, Roberto Firmino. Liverpool starting 11, 4-3-3 Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, Harvey Elliott, Fabinho, Stefan Bajcetic, Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez. Bournemouth subs: Mark Travers, Chris Mepham, Ryan Christie, Lewis Cook, David Brooks, Antoine Semenyo, Kiefer Moore, Matthias Vina, Ryan Fredericks. Bournemouth starting 11: 4-4-1-1 Neto, Adam Smith, Jack Stevens, Marcus Senesi, Lloyd Kelly, Dango Watara, Jefferson Lerma, Philip Billing, Jadon Anthony, Joe Rothwell, Dominic Solanke. Fresh off the back of their 7-0 dismantling of Manchester United last Sunday, Liverpool are back in action against a side they beat 9-0 just a few weeks into the season. They've seen a recent upturn in their league form that has seen them go unbeaten in their last 5 outings, W4D1, without conceding a single goal in that run. Another win here today will see them leapfrog Tottenham into 4th spot. Despite taking the lead just 10 seconds into their last match, Bournemouth suffered a heartbreaking last-gasp defeat to league leaders, Arsenal, last weekend, and it saw them drop to the foot of the table. A win here would move them out of the drop zone, but they've won just once since the restart in all competitions, D2L9. Hello and welcome to live coverage of the Premier League meeting between Bournemouth and Liverpool at the Vitality Stadium.